Alright, today is a truly special day. We have the newest generation Honda Goldwing, 1800 and some change cc's, 6 cylinders. I don't have another finger. This was one of my childhood heroes. I know it sounds weird, but I've been wanting to ride this bike for a very long time. 45 years in the making. That's how long Honda's been making Goldwings for. I've asked them very nicely to leave it with me for a week. For some reason they keep saying yes, so this will be the first test ride impressions of it. We're gonna get on it and see how it feels. It's a big bike, it's a huge bike, but again, with 45 years of experience, it should handle pretty damn awesome. So let's go for a ride. Now listen to the way this thing starts up. It's like a jet plane starting its engines up. Okay, this is the DCT version, so we're gonna put it in drive. It's only one driving mode, so we don't have like on the Africa Twin 4 different driving modes for the transmission. Let's go see what this whole Goldwing thing is all about. Lovely, I've stuck the GoPro exactly where it shows me what riding modes and what gear I'm in. So we might have to put it somewhere else. Look, goats, again. We love our goats in Romania. Okay, let's put it in neutral, see if we can put the camera somewhere else. You know what? I'm getting absolutely no use. There we go, that's better. I'm getting no use out of the TFT at the moment. Later. No, man. Why can't you connect? What? Smack you.
1 hour later.
There we go, an hour later. Thanks GoPro apps. See, everything is split into two today. That side's raining and that side's sunny, so let's take a lift. Okay, we're on tour mode now. Tour mode is one of the riding modes out of 4 different ones. And it's the one you're going to be spending most of your time on. There's an eco one if you sort of, almost running out of gas and you need to stretch it a bit more, you'd put it on economy. Okay, engine just switched off there because the Goldwing also has start-stop technology. So it's going to turn off the engine if you're at a traffic light. You can obviously switch this off if it's not your kind of thing. And then when it senses a little bit of pressure on the throttle, it'll start it up. Works very well, actually, and it hasn't bothered me at all. I like it, and I think it's going to be very useful on very hot summer days if you ride in the city. So I think I'm going to keep that one on. And there's a 4th riding mode called Sports, and that unleashes... What? Did I get stung by a bee? Wouldn't be the first time getting stung by a bee through my pants. But no, we're fine. Carry on. Look at that, on tour mode we are doing 80 k's an hour now. We're already in 7th gear, and I have to say the first impression right now is that I am pretty much the closest I'll probably be to riding on Aladdin's magic carpet. That's because the engine is extremely smooth. I mean, I'm not feeling anything out of it, and I'm kind of disconnected from the road. And I know this sounds bad on a bike, but I am, because of the clever suspension the Goldwing has. It's got a double wishbone suspension, so basically the top of the bike is... I'm not feeling anything that's coming from the road, and you can see it here work actually quite a bit. And this is a smooth road surface, and it's still working quite a bit, so that I'm not feeling anything. And that's why I say I'm feeling like Aladdin right now. Let's see if we can overtake these guys. Okay, all right. It is definitely not the most responsive engine on tour mode. We'll put it on sport and see what it does then. It's kind of the more it likes to take it easy engines. 1.8 liter, and Honda decided to get only 125 horsepower out of it. But where this engine shines is the torque. 170 Newton meters of torque is absolutely bonkers. It's mental. You have to really be careful how you pull off from traffic lights, because without wanting to, you might inadvertently, you know, turn the earth the other way around. And we don't need any of that. Alright, let's put it onto sport mode. There's a little mode button over here. Sport. Now it's switched to sport mode. Look at that, it's already downshifted. Oh! Okay, that's a completely different beast. Okay. Tour is for when you're touring. Sport is for... Man, this is agile. I took a look at the power curves, and this bike has more torque when it's idling than most other production motorcycles out there. So if you get a Goldwing, torque will be your new best friend. But you have to put it in sport mode. That just unleashes us. I can't believe there's such a huge difference between the two riding modes. Oh, that is beautiful. And because it's a boxer engine, most of the weight, and this is a pretty heavy bike, we're looking at the DCT, this one, and the touring version, we're looking at about 400 kilograms on it. So yeah, I think it's definitely the heaviest bike I've ever ridden. But because it's a boxer engine, most of that weight is kept down, and what that means is that you can very easily flick it left and right without a lot of effort. I mean, you can do this on all bikes, but this, it doesn't really require a lot of effort, which is good. That's what you want for long riding, and that's what this bike is for. I'm having fun now. I'm actually having quite a lot of fun with all of this torque available at my right hand. Seating position is exactly what you would expect on a Goldwing, and I have to say, this is one of the most comfortable seats I've ever had the pleasure of planting my butt down on. It is quite wide, and it's also very low, so if you're a shorty, don't worry about it. Honda didn't make this a tall bike, so you'll be fine. I think most people will easily be able to flat foot this bike. Okay, well, let's go ride it in the city a little. I want to see how this handles in the city as a daily commuter. Why not? Why is there so much traffic? Where is everyone going? Come on, Mr. Torque! Okay, we got one guy. That was stupid. ABS kicked in there a little, and it works. This thing stopped on a dime. Well done. Yeah, so all in all, seating position is quite high up. I'm feeling sort of on top of the bike and in the bike. I don't know if you would understand what I'm saying there, but on some bikes you feel like you're sitting on top of them, and some of them you feel like you're tucked. This is sort of halfway in between those two, and it's actually very pleasant. I like it. On sport mode, I've got more than enough power to do any sort of overtaking. We're gonna go on the highway, we're gonna go in the city as well, see how that handles there. And my sitting position is as natural as you would imagine on a bike. With this bike you can easily do 10-hour day long rides, and it's not gonna tire you, and you can do them consecutively. I have to test that out, obviously, but by the way I'm sitting right now and how relaxed I am, I'm comfortable. I love that sound. I say that with most bikes, alright, but I really like the sound, and this is different from any other motorcycle sound that I've heard. It's not necessarily the exhaust that's making a big fuss. No. The actual engine is what you're hearing most of the time, and it sounds like a jet engine that's just spooling up, gathering all of that power and then just releasing it. Alright, I don't think sport mode is the right mode to ride in the city, because it's a bit too aggressive. Keeps the engine too revved up. It changes gears a lot later, and it also has quite aggressive engine braking. So we'll keep sport mode for when we're having fun on twisties. But for city, let's go to tour. On tour mode, when you're releasing the throttle, if you don't release it all the way in, just keep it like a little bit open, it will coast, and it's very pleasant actually. See, like right now, the throttle isn't completely at zero, and it's just coasting happily. If we let go of it, it will start using engine braking. I like how the system is set up. The DCT, I mean, Honda's worked on this for, if I remember correctly, like something like 20 years. So they've really refined it, and I'm happy with it. The Africa Twin was the first bike that I rode with DCT, and I had no complaints on that. And on the Goldwing, it's beautiful. What it does, and I know a lot of people say that motorcycles should have clutches and manual transmissions. Well, on the Goldwing, you go and you tour, you see places, you sit on it for quite a long time, and you want to be comfortable. What DCT allows you to do is actually take in all of the sights that you want to see, because you don't have to worry your brain anymore with changing gears, putting it in neutral. You can sit back, relax, take in the views, which is exactly the reason why you've gone touring on a motorcycle. It gives you all of that extra free time, and I wouldn't imagine owning a Goldwing without the DCT transmission. I think it's perfectly paired on this bike. God, this thing it's surprisingly very nimble, even at very low speeds, if you can believe that. Yeah, on tour mode it definitely takes a little while to get up to speed, but it does it pretty quickly as well, so no complaints. Alright, let's do a bit of highway riding. If you get a Goldwing, you're going to be spending quite a bit of time on highways. Hopefully we're not going towards the rain. That would just be stupid, but looks like the rain is everywhere today, and yesterday, and the day before, every day. Would you look at that? We're cruising at 120 k's an hour, 2,500 RPM, 7th gear, and again, I'm comfortable. I'm getting a little bit of wind on my shoulders, but like the tiniest amount. Windscreen electronically adjustable, which is a godsend. Right now it's at its lowest position, and I'm getting not a lot of wind, but quite a bit of wind noise. And on the highway, let's leave it at the highest position. Again, I'm floating on Aladdin's carpet. Highways are by far my least favorite places to ride. They are extremely boring, but on this, with a bit of music, very good wind protection, I can see myself not hating them as much as I do on most other bikes. Because at a 140, it's completely stable, not a lot of noise, not a lot of ruckus. You can ride this all day long. When I got on this bike, I really was expecting absolute perfection, because I mean, they've been making it for decades, so they've had plenty of time to make it brilliant. And I'm also sitting on $33,000 US of bike, so up until now, that's exactly what I've gotten. And the upside is that I've been very pleasantly surprised by that sport mode, which just unleashes its engine completely. And that's a lot of fun. Speaking of sport mode, let's put it on sport mode again. Wow. Oh, that sounds brilliant. There is nothing in this world like pure unadulterated torque. Lots of it. Look at that. We're doing 10 k's an hour. It's barely registering. I mean, this is the slowest it will go by itself, and I'm in complete control. I'm not afraid that I'm going to tip over or that it's difficult to actually control. No, it's extremely well balanced. It's like one of those ninja swords. What do you call them? Just amazingly balanced. A katana. That's another bike. So still Japanese, yeah. This is incredible. Again, for a 400 kilogram bike, almost 400 k's, to be able to go as slow as this, ride it with one hand, and be in complete control. I mean, that's just amazing, and that comes from very clever engineering and lots of time doing this. Let's get that jet engine spooling up again. I'm gonna ride slower because it's Sunday now. It's Sunday afternoon and it's rained a bit and everybody's probably coming back from little barbecues and stuff, and not all of them are concentrating. Yeah, very flickable in the corners. I mean, this is not a touring bike. It's a sports touring bike with absolutely all the advantages of a touring bike and the excitement of a sports bike. Yeah, engine making all of that ruckus, 170 Newton meters to get me up this hill with a smile on my face, because that's the important part. Look how easily it leans left and right. I mean, and we're not going very fast now. Damn Japanese know how to balance everything perfectly. Hello, child. Why are you in the road? That's not a child. This is wonderful. I'm very, very zen right now, which is exactly what I should be feeling on this bike, and I am. It hasn't let me down. I think we'll end it off here. First impressions are amazing, incredibly good. I haven't found one single thing that's let me down on it so far. I'm gonna ride it for the rest of the week, and then I'll see you back for the full review. If there's anything you want to know about the new generation Goldwing, comment section below is the right place for you, so head on down there and let me know. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you've learned anything, consider subscribing or becoming one of our patrons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.